Hey my friends, Jeff Yalden here. You know, the teen years are filled with tons of new experiences, challenges, and pressures. Some of this pressure is created internally by you. However, some of it comes from our friends and the people that we hang out with. When people are in your same age group try to pressure you into doing something, this type of pressure is called peer pressure. There's good peer pressure and there's bad peer pressure. Let's take a look at this. Good peer pressure is generally pressure that encourages you to do something right, or the pressure encourages you to do something outside of your comfort zone, which is bad peer pressure. Examples of good peer pressure are your friends pressuring you to join the student council or to volunteer at the animal shelter for extra credit. Then the bad peer pressure is generally pressure that encourages you to do something negative. This type of pressure commonly involves doing something against the rules, like drinking, smoking, having sex, stealing, cheating on a test, sneaking out of your house, sexting, and bullying, just to name a few. But bad peer pressure can come with some harsh consequences. Sometimes bad peer pressure can lead to teens making poor choices that result in them getting in a lot of trouble at home, maybe even going to jail, being suspended from school, getting really sick, losing their family's trust, getting physically hurt, or physically and emotionally hurting someone else. Teens give in to bad peer pressure for a variety of reasons. Some do it to seem cool, to gain popularity status, to impress others, to make friends, or just to fit in with a certain group. No matter the reason that the teen chooses to go along with the bad peer pressure, this choice usually doesn't result in a positive outcome. It's important to learn to resist bad peer pressure during your teen years, because the decisions that you make in your teen years affect the rest of your life. You want to learn how to effectively resist peer pressure so that you can stay out of trouble, that you can stay in control, and you can stay in the right track. All this allows you to live your very best life. Make sense? So I want to share with you 4 simple tips to combat the bad peer pressure that comes your way. Number 1, stand tall and be confident. When you say no, you mean no. Be sure to say no firmly and confidently. If you say no, but your body language says yes, and your peers might keep pressuring you, make sure that your peers know that you mean business. And when you say no, you mean it. Never say maybe next time or not right now if you really mean no, because maybe next time and not right now leaves the door open for there to be another opportunity. So stand tall, be firm, and say no. Say no like a boss. And if they keep pressuring you, just leave right away. Number 2, suggest an alternative. Perhaps you really like these peers and you don't want to say no and then leave. Well, try suggesting an alternative. Suggesting an alternative is a good solution for maintaining the friendship that you have with these peers while not going along with their peer pressure. For example, if your friends are pressuring you to sneak out of the house on a weeknight, perhaps you can say, how about I just come over this weekend instead? This will give you time to ask your parents for permission to go hang out with those friends over the weekend. Number 3, keep it real. Be honest with your peers and state the problem and the potential consequences from that problem. If your friends are asking you to do something that you feel is inappropriate, be frank with them and tell them like it is. You can say something like, if I do that, I'm going to get kicked off the basketball team. Or if I do that, my parents are going to kill me. Let your peers know that you're not just thinking about the moment, but that you're being smart by thinking about the consequences that could happen if you do the negative thing that they're pressuring you to do. Does that make sense? Be honest. Set an example. Number 4, have a bailout plan. Always have a bailout plan just in case you get put in a high pressure situation. And a high pressure situation might be when you arrive at a party where everyone is drinking and maybe doing drugs, no parents are home, and you realize that you need to get out of there fast. Have a bailout plan. Or another high pressure situation might be when you are on a date with someone and they try to pressure you to get physical. Maybe you're not ready to do that yet. So a bailout plan is something that you can use to get you out of these high pressure situations quickly. One bailout that you can always use is to say that you're really sick and you need to go home. Say something like, oh, my stomach hurts really bad. Excuse yourself to the restroom, and while you're in the restroom, call your parents or someone to come pick you up so that you can get out of that pressure situation. You could also substitute your stomach for your head hurting if you want to. And another bailout plan is to say that you have a prior commitment or an appointment that you have to get to immediately. This pretend prior commitment or appointment needs to be something of importance so that the peer will know that you really have to get going. So you could say something like, yo, I gotta go, I have a job interview in an hour. Or I'll see you guys later, I have a doctor's appointment. After you say your bailout, leave the pressure situation immediately. I know this may seem a little sneaky way of getting out of a situation because your bailout does not have to be true. However, when it comes to making smart decisions and being pressured to do something that could potentially harm you or harm someone else or harm your reputation, I don't know, telling a little bailout story seems like a more positive option to me. The choice is yours, my friends, but no matter how you choose to say no to bad peer pressure, the smartest choice is to avoid it so that you can stay on the right track and you can stay out of trouble yourself. Lastly, always remember my 4 T's. Take time to think. Don't put yourself in situations that you know you don't need to be in. That's when you get in trouble.